And welcome to Tales of Rise, day 11 here in the channel. I almost wasn't going to cast today. Was feeling a bit tired. Unconfident. And then, was like, fuck it, we'll do it. More and more as the time went on, I was like, no, you know what? I wasn't as tired, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, we'll do it. Let's do it. So, of course, as I talked on Monday, there was no guest yesterday or on Tuesday, so I can work on preparing and do the file. So I can get to that boss we were stuck on Monday, which I actually did on YouTube. Again, recorded it. I think about recording on YouTube. According to the PS5, is you can record it. And had to go grind from random afterwards. So there was that. That is all on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. So there is that. So, so we're gonna at least get through this boss battle part of this day. We'll see, go from there. Still gonna beat this weekend. We'll go see, but I'm like not really filled up for it. So let's do these.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Dohalim's fighting style is... what's the word I'm looking for? Subdued? No.
Do you mean elegant, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the word. For better or worse, you can definitely tell he's cut from posh rending cloth.
And he's not just skilled with the staff either. He can also use astral arts, including healing ones. I can see how he made it to the position of a lord.
You flatter me. But my fighting techniques merely come from a style that aims to conserve energy by minimizing body movement.
Is that why you wait until the last second before you dodge attacks? To avoid unnecessary movements?
No, I do that to sharpen my senses. I find that doing so is an effective means of drawing out my innermost strength.
Oh yeah, I've noticed you look stronger and strike out with your rod more after you dodge attacks. Guess that's why.
Still, it's a risk. Don't you ever worry you'll dodge at the wrong moment?
Then, it'll be just as well.
Huh?
It's nothing. Let us continue.
Hey, Kisara. Have you noticed how Shion...
Seems to be grappling with something all by herself?
Yeah, she's been acting differently around us ever since we rescued her. The same towards Alphen, too. Now that Alphen's regained his memories and his sense of pain, maybe she's become more self-conscious that she still has her thorns. In which case, it makes sense that she'd be feeling out of sorts. But I can't help but think there's something else, too.
You're wondering if there's anything you can do to help her.
Shion said something to me once. Something that helped me move forward. So I'd like to return the favor and do that for her too. The only problem is, even if I did have the chance to talk to her, I don't know what I could say that would help.
Shion's dealing with a lot right now. Maybe more than she can handle. Trying to unravel the threads of her own worries, that's challenge enough itself. Not to mention that trying to wade in blindly would probably end up making things even worse than they already are.
But how do we help her then?
For the time being, I think all we can do is be patient and keep an eye on her. That way, when she's finally ready to let us in, we'll be right there to lend her a shoulder.
I hope you're right.
A grandiose castle for a grandiose city. He really didn't cut any corners.
They're certainly akin to each other. And yet, I'd say the castle seems even more reflective of its owner's personality.
In what way?
It feels overbearing, tyrannical almost, but more than anything, merciless. As if any pretense to ease of living was sacrificed in favor of sending a message. One of domination, and a thirst for total power. In other words, the perfect domicile for our power-crazed foe.
That's why he let us in. It's precisely the message he wanted to convey. Almost like he's mocking us.
That bastard's in the mood to play? We'll see who's laughing once we've taken him down a peg or two.
So if Volron is the Lord of the Water Realm, then it's probably safe to say he has some water abilities tucked up his sleeve.
He and Alphen couldn't be any more different. It's like they were practically born to be rivals.
Looking back on it, in both of our previous encounters, he's only ever fought us with his sword. We have what else he's capable of.
And yet, even with only his blade, he still managed to overwhelm us. He's a force to be reckoned with. That much is certain.
Yeah, that guy is seriously bad news.
It'll be okay, Hootle. We'll get through this.
Shion?
It's nothing. Let's keep moving.
We for you, Volron! Did you really come all this way, just so I could take you back over his dead body?
Bastard!
He dismissed them?
He must not think he needs them to defeat us.
Why have you been coming after me? Isn't it your ambition to become the winner of the crown contest? My ambition, you say? I have no ambitions. Since the beginning, everything was mine to control. Everything, including your life.
I'm happy to see you. What the hell's that supposed to mean? A lonely, watery grave is all the berries you shall ever deserve. And yet, it wasn't without regret that I watched you sink beneath those waves. Now, I get to savor carving the life of your body myself. So all this, kidnapping Shion, sacrificing those people, it was all just for your own satisfaction? To help pass the time? I would not expect you to understand the tedium that absolute power lays upon it.
I've had it with your mad ramblings. I'm here to take you down, Volron, and free those you've enslaved!
Very well. I shall look forward to fashioning my throne from the remains of your existence. Today you will die at my hand, and I shall bask in your final desperate pleas.
Well, I look forward to disappointing you.
No further!
Illuminate the sun! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land! Freeze Lancer!
Take this!
Resonate with the earth!
Demon Fang!
By the power of war!
Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade! Flame of Steel!
Demon Fang!
Idol Sphere! Piercing Freeze Lancer!
you see what I can do.
Elusive deity!
Thunder
Begin!
Beetle is mine!
Explosive ring!
Raging Cascade!
Demon Fang!
In here! More for the
Enjoy.
sky!
Explosive ring!
Prepare to be seized!
Where are you going?
Benediction
Demon
light.
Fang!
Raging Supernova! Raging
Some of
Cascade!
this.
Annihilation!
Demon Fang!
Take that.
Explosive ring!
It's in your hands now.
You'll pay for that!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth,
this
Holy
what real
River!
pain feels
Holy
like?
Land! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation!
Fool. Entertain me. I tried my downfall.
Lightning Omega Ray!
This should do it!
Heal. Take this.
Photon
Double
Blast!
Demon Fang!
He just won't stick.
Still! If you can draw his attention, I'll pin him down. Die.
I'll bring you... Back from death's abyss!
Free you of your
I'll
power.
bring you back from death... I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Air thrust! Arch steel! Resuscitation!
In a bind?
Entertain me.
Confiscated!
Not
Radiant
done yet!
pierce!
Denied!
Demon Fang! Try
Here's a
this!
healing Raging Cascade!
Ring! Now! Did we get him?
He's open!
Demon Fang!
Let's go!
This one's mine!
Explosive ring!
Where are you going?
Dance on the
Demon
wind!
Fang!
Annihilation!
Explosive ring!
Take this.
Holy Ring!
Resonate with the earth!
Enjoy.
Rising Tricep!
This is over.
In a bind?
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing artifact!
Explosive ring! I owe you one.
Thunderblade!
Enjoy.
Resonate with the
Demon
earth!
Fang!
I'm out of ammo!
Explosive ring!
Mega Ray! Lightning!
Enemy is on two.
We'll soon see about that!
Forgive me.
Light astral energy! I'll bring you back! Death's abyss!
Die.
Resuscitation!
Enjoy.
Radiant pierce!
Demon Fang!
I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray!
Explosive ring!
Not in your dreams! Gemini Alpha!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Lightning
Explosive ring! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Is that it?
Demon Fang!
Raging charge!
Explosive ring!
What's he planning?
Leave the ensnaring to me.
This looks bad! We've got to stop him!
You picked the wrong fight!
Holy Land!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Here's evil!
Benediction light.
Demon Fang!
I never miss!
That's far enough.
Another incantation. It's in your hands now.
Stay away from us!
Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me by dying, Junior.
Eyes on the ground! Here it comes!
Damn it! Don't take your attention off him either!
Mega Ray! By the power of water!
Take this.
I could do without the pain!
Enjoy. Here.
I'm out of ammo! I'm here! I'll be stable! Mega Ray!
Take this!
Die.
More where that came from! Here, let
Resonate
me
with the
help!
earth! Still up!
I owe you this to do
Holy
it!
Land!
That's far enough.
Into the shadows!
Resonate with the earth!
Lightning! Stalagmite! Thunderblade! Healing illuminate the torch sail!
Demon Fang!
The tempest is nothing gets by me!
Go!
Try this!
Lightning!
Explosive ring!
Does that...
Not on
Can't
my
move!
watch!
I couldn't make it in time.
Far enough! Tempest! I'm out of If it's in the sky, it's mine! I never miss!
Demon Fang! Explosive ring!
Illuminate the
Demon Fang! Explosive ring!
healing circle! Here! Mega ray! Raging cascade! Sealed by the power of blood!
Take this!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Renegade with the
Explosive
earth!
ring!
Stalagmite! How about some of
Healing
this?
circle! More for the stockpile!
Take that! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Magic is it!
This should do it! Flame inside me! Yours to be let free! Here!
I can do it all day! Radiant here!
That's far enough.
Far enough!
Armor won't save you! Just like that.
Confiscate! Raging cascade! Lightning! Dance away! More for the stockpile! Glacial spear!
Resonate with the
Here's
earth.
evil!
Take this.
More with that king! Where are you going?
You may be strong, but I'll never... Back down!
Heal you all!
This is over. Benediction light.
Raging cascade!
Heal.
Radiant blood! Seal! Flame! I'll be saving this one!
Can you take it?
More with that
Take this.
Illuminate the dark!
That's far enough. Can't get out of bed!
Holy land!
Nothing gets by me! Elusive deity! Rotating back. Now this is enjoyable.
Now you see what I can do!
Die. Begin!
Take
this.
Come forth!
Begin!
Denied! I'll bring you back from death to this!
It's on!
I can't... Forever! Fight left in me!
Now, are you ready to entertain me? Don't disappoint me by dying just yet.
Raging cascade!
Forgive me. This is my fault. Take this. That's far enough.
Burn!
I'm ready! Guess what the
Entertain me.
Take this!
This is over. No further!
I'm... sorry. Gemini Aqua!
I'll blind you with the power. How about some of this? Tempt it.
Radiant Pierce!
Take that.
It's go time!
There!
Take
Into the
this.
shadows! Where are you going?
Armor won't save!
Leave help! Downfall! Radiant Pierce! Another ammo!
Take
I'm all
this.
stocked up!
That's far enough.
Annihilate!
You require a hand.
Look sharp! One more! Tiger Blade!
In an instant! Impact block! Got him! It's all over. Vol Run. Now put an end to that death procession you're holding outside. Right now! You think this is over? What? Who do you think you are?
No, that's...
How can this be? If Alpin's the Sovereign, How is it possible that Volron has that crest as well?
And if Volron's the Sovereign, then what was the point of the crown contest?
After everything we've witnessed, it would seem the whole thing is a ruse.
Bow before your sovereign. What the hell are you? How sweet. Your ignorance must be. And not being the only sovereign. That's why you're after me, isn't it? There is that, I'll admit. But your grandest sin was unveiling your strength. Sin! You use people as playthings. What right have you to speak of sin? Sin is for the weak. The powerful care only for domination. We never asked you to rule. No one did. What do I care of your wants? You are but a mote of dust in the light.
Alvin!
I'm through taking orders from tyrants.
Here now! Flame! Reload!
Out of my sight!
Here goes! More of that camera! This one's mine! Lightning cannot in your dreams!
You bleeded fight!
Annihilation!
Unleash lightning!
Death in the wind! Searing flame! Reload!
Armor won't save you!
Raging cascade!
You
Here! I can handle it!
Death in the wind! Lightning!
You require a hand.
Deny!
In a bind?
Raging storm! More where that came from! Into the shadows! Mega ray! Power of water! Dance in the wind!
You bleeded fight!
I'm saving this one! Annihilation! Lightning dirt! More where that came from! Where are you going? Shining spear! Raging cascade! Will this help? Here goes!
Lightning! Burn!
Healing circle!
Ready and ready!
Here, lightning flame!
Out of my sight!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Not in your dreams!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer! Tempest Whirl! Radiant
I'll show you what you do!
It's in your hands now.
Stay away from my friend!
Thanks! Just what I needed!
Unleash lightning!
Lightning condemned! Illuminate the dark! Healing water! Holy fire! Holy land! Power of water! Deny! Storm! Raging cascade!
Unleash lightning!
He's too fast to keep up with! Then we'll take him together! Rinwell, follow my lead! Okay.
I'll provide cover!
I'll smash you!
Confiscated! Hear me! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
In a bind?
Freeze Lancer! Wind after dance in the wind! Air drop! Annihilation! Shining supernova! Dance in the
Nothing back!
Elusive deity!
Here goes! Take this! There!
No!
Everyone together!
I'll shoot!
Coming through! Ha! No! Scarlet Inferno! I'll grind you into dust!
Searing flame! Reload! This world!
Unleash lightning!
I'm all stuffed up!
Tempted!
Searing flame! Reload!
Food! Gun! You picked the wrong fight!
Ready and ready!
Raging sword!
Take this! I'll smash you!
Searing flame! Reload! Mega ray! Back into the fray!
Unleash lightning! I owe you a bleeding fight!
Let the marksman handle this! Lightning orb! Searing flame! Reload!
Unleash
This one's
lightning!
mine!
Ah!
Radiant!
Begin.
Wind astral energy! Raging cascade! Radiant blood! Red flame! Reloading! Another arrow! Back into the fray! Lightning
No
orb!
further! Unleash lightning!
I'm ready! Hear me! Flame of June!
Burn it down!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Know your place!
First aid! Lightning
Kneel
orb!
before your sovereign!
Take this! Free blazer!
He's about to attack! Damn it! We need to stop him!
Crucial! All others shall be banished! You pay for that!
Be the true power of a sovereign?
What is this?
I can carve through armor!
Ruminant! The dark! Come forth! Holy land!
You bleeding fight!
Tempest!
Unleash
This one's
lightning!
mine!
There!
Here! Lightning of raging cascade!
Arrogant!
Raging storm!
Resonate with the earth!
Take this!
Healing circle!
Stalagmite!
Lead!
Lunar blast!
Food! Gun!
Now or never!
Take
This! Astral arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Eat dirt!
Stalagmite!
Here goes! I'm only getting started! Annihilation! Mana ray! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Photon to the
Armor won't save you!
Reload!
Deny!
Here's evil! Seal! Free blade! I'm ready!
This should do it!
Radiant! Here!
Food! Gun!
This one's mine! Lunar blast! In the wind! In here!
Can't get out of this!
Take this!
Here are your field!
You picked the wrong fight!
More with that
You!
Dance in the
I
wind!
owe you one!
Sleep now! I'll be saving this place! Radiant! Go here! Tempest! Now! Ray!
Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Here goes! Lunar blast! Back into the fray! Raging
Resonate with the earth!
Reload!
Unleash light!
Spear! Pierce evil! Denied!
Face you!
Free blazer! I'll be saving
Take this!
I shall be the ruler of all things!
In here! More for the stockpile! Let the marksman handle this!
Begin!
Sleep now! This one's mine!
I need something.
You need to be healed.
How the mighty have fallen.
No further!
Nothing gets by me!
Glacial Spear. Raise evil.
Can you take it?
Freeze Lancer.
Rotating pile
Glacial Spear. Now.
Eric.
Denied!
Glacial Spear. Rock and Rat. Swirling Flight. Freeze Lancer. I never miss. Thunder Field. Dance in the wind. Field. Radiant Pierce. More for the stockpile. Radiant Pierce.
I'll smash you!
Radiant
No
Wonder
further.
Energy. Pierce. More where that came from. I'm out of ammo. Magic Transfer.
Kneel before your
Annihilation.
sovereign!
Raging Cascade.
Your life will end here!
Radiant Pierce. Here goes. Confiscate. I'm out of ammo.
I am the true sovereign! All others shall be banished!
Reload.
This should do it!
I'll bring you back from death a bit.
Shall erase everything!
For the wicked.
Thanks!
Raging Cascade.
It's on!
Here. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! What do you think you are? Still standing? Victor! Throne! Everything belongs to me! I have seen about rules over all of his... Are next!
Is it over?
Yeah, I think so. There. We finally collected all of the Master Cores. So what do we do now?
It is said that bringing all the Master Cores together in one place should form the Renis Alma.
So, now we put Xian's with the rest.
With that, we can finally free her of her thorns.
Xian. What's going on? Are we missing something?
We can't be. So why isn't it?
Alphen! Behind you!
What? Xian, are you the maiden?
What is this? Why is this happening?
What the? The Master Cores!
Is that Renis? A Dark Master Core?
Renis Alma!
The Renis Alma. It's here.
What's going on? The Renis Alma's only supposed to consist of the 5 Danon elements.
What do you think you're doing?
She disappeared?
What in the world happened?
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun.
A month has passed. For the time being, we decided to stay put in Ganeth Haros. Even with their lord toppled, we had a long way to go before the people of Pelegion would be liberated in their hearts and minds. Lenegis hung ominously over our heads. We knew we'd need to deal with it sooner or later. We still had so many questions. The two sovereigns, the Red Woman and the Renis Alma, the present and the past of 300 years ago. Not to mention what happened to Volron's body after his defeat. Still, we were determined to keep fighting. I had my hands full taking care of everything. But in some ways, I was kind of grateful to be so busy.
Are you all right? You looked like you were spacing out there.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. You need something?
It's about that citizen's petition. I was coming to talk to you about it. If I'm being honest, I think the problems of this realm's Dahnans hit close to home for me.
Oh?
You saw how things were in Menancia. We might have put way too much faith in Dohalim, but at least we could still think independently. The people of this realm weren't even afforded that much basic dignity. I don't know what kind of future the people here are going to ultimately choose. But whatever it is they decide, I want to help do my part so they can make that decision of their own free will.
You mean like how the Dahnans and Renans of chose to remain committed to coexistence? Nice if this was a step toward the...
That's another issue altogether. At the very least, I want to believe all our hard work will pay off in the end.
Yeah. I guess we can only focus on what we can do right now and take it from there.
I'm going to go on ahead. Would you mind talking to Shion for me? Once you're ready, meet up at the castle entrance like usual. We can talk more there.
Right. Got it. Shion's been hanging out in the observatory a lot lately. Let's see if she's up there.
Is something going on?
Sounds like it. Kisara wants us all to meet at the castle entrance. Taking in the view again?
Yeah. Looking at the scenery helps take my mind off things.
Like what?
Being a maiden. Whether I really am a descendant of Naori. Those kinds of things.
So, are you mad at me?
For what?
I destroyed the Renis Alma. Right as you were about to get rid of your thorns forever.
Why did you destroy it?
When I saw it appear in front of me, it reminded me of what happened back on Lenegis. And the rest was... it was all just a blur. I'm sorry.
It must have been a pretty terrible memory. Besides, we don't know that the Renis Alma actually was destroyed. For all we know, it might have disappeared with that red woman.
If so, then why are
Don't. It's okay. You brought me back. You got me away from Volron. That's enough for now. Let's get going. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
Kisara said she... Hey, Shion.
Don't!
Okay.
I'm sorry. But if you come any closer, you'll only end up getting hurt.
Because of your thorns, you mean? Trust me, I've endured...
No, that's not it. You don't understand, Never mind. Sorry, just forget I said anything, okay?
If it isn't your thorns, does that mean there's something else?
It's just... It's nothing, really, okay? So you can stop asking me.
Okay. In that case, I'll see you up ahead, okay?
it's you two. I suppose that makes me the last one, then.
We better get a move on, or else we'll never hear the end of it from Kisara.
Right you are. A month has passed since we vanquished Volron. I would have thought that the Renans on Lenegis would have made their move by now. Yet they still remain as silent as ever. We have no idea what happened to Volron's body, nor its whereabouts. The Red Woman also has yet to reappear, for that matter. And contrary to what I had heard, when the Renis Alma formed, not 5, but 6 elements were present, with darkness constituting the 6th and final Master Core. Were either of you aware of this?
You mean about the Renis Alma? Of course not.
Same. I had no idea a Darkness Master Core even existed.
What about Shion's maiden powers?
No. That was the first I learned about that, too. Or anything about having that power.
Me too. I remember thinking the same thing.
What could it all mean, I wonder? There are so many questions with too few answers, particularly when it comes to that Red Woman and her abilities.
Were it any other ability that used astral energy, I'd say it was an astral art. But hers was different.
Speaking of astral energy, we also mustn't forget that while the other Master Cores disappeared when forming the Renis Alma, for some reason the Fire Master Core remained. It may well have been the work of your maidenly powers. Alphen, are you still able to wield the blazing sword as before?
For now, at least. That Renis Alma sucked most of the energy out of the Fire Master Core, but it still has enough for me to use the sword.
And the sword is safe inside of me for the time being.
Good. At least that's one thing we needn't concern ourselves over.
You can say that again. We have more than enough to deal with as it is. Let's go.
Hey, wait up!
I heard we are all to meet at the castle entrance.
This is Ganya, who has a problem he needs help with. I was just about to ask him what that problem is.
All right, then. Well, tell us what's on your mind, Ganya.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Where are your rations? Did you not get yours?
I did.
Are they not enough?
No, I have enough.
Then what's the problem?
Alphen, you have to remember, these people aren't used to responding so quickly. Be slow and gentle with him.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry about that. So you have your rations, and it's enough food, but there's still something wrong with them. What is it exactly?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got that part.
Do your rations taste bad?
I don't know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I haven't eaten them, so I don't know how they taste.
Wait, if you're not eating them, then what are you doing with them?
Bringing them into the castle.
What? Why? Wait, back up. Are others doing this? Who told you to bring your rations in?
Everyone in my group is doing it. I don't know who told us to do it. They only said to bring the rations into the castle.
I'm guessing none of us told them to do it, or else we'd know, right?
I was afraid that something like this might happen. The people in this capital are slowly regaining their own wills, but not everybody is getting them back at the same rate.
Are you saying someone who got their will back sooner might be taking rations from other people? If so, that's a serious problem.
Definitely. This is something we can't ignore. We need to investigate the castle.
It seems like the people here still tend to blindly follow any orders they're given.
It's a reflex that was quite literally beaten into them.
Hey, remind me, just what exactly are we all doing here?
What do you mean? We're helping people, aren't we?
Could have fooled me. Lately, it feels like everything we're doing ends up half-baked. We liberated the people of Pelegion, but their hearts and minds are no less under the yoke than the day we found them. As for Volron's cronies, we have no idea where they scampered off to.
You think I don't already know all that? We're doing everything we can, aren't we? We didn't choose to get stuck here. Sometimes you have to play the hand you're dealt. Besides, you've seen all the same things I have. You know as well as I do that deposing the lords alone won't solve all the world's problems.
Rinwell's right. We've gotten this far, haven't we? We can't just leave things unfinished now.
I guess? I mean, I didn't think we'd be singing around the campfire as soon as the wall came down, but still.
The fight isn't over just yet. At least not while Lenegis remains a threat.
I'm just sick of all this waiting. If they're gonna invade, why don't they get a move on already?
Stop that! Don't you think we've got enough problems as it is without you tempting fate? Spot something?
Oh, no. Just wondering if I could see any armored guards.
Armored guards? You mean Volron's soldiers?
The moment we defeated their lord, all those guys bolted out of there. And not just out of the castle either. The city, too. For better or worse, it was the guards who looked after the city's Dahnans. Without them, making Pelegion half-habitable again has been one big headache.
It's not like they were on their last legs. They could have chosen to stay and fight, but instead they ran away and disappeared without a trace.
But without a lord to follow, they can't have any place to go. Unless... You don't think they went to Lenegis, do you?
It's not completely out of the question. Though I'd say it's more likely they're biding their time somewhere, just waiting for the perfect moment to strike back at us.
The people here in Pelegion are nowhere near ready to defend themselves. Great. Another headache to worry about. Is it just me, or was today's dinner a little low on salt?
I felt that it was seasoned perfectly, so as to bring out the flavor of the ingredients.
Last taste buds are still like a kid's, so if his food isn't rich enough, I bet he doesn't feel like he's eaten anything at all.
Don't make fun of me! We all need salt in order to survive!
He has a point. You do lose stamina if you don't get enough salt in your body.
Yeah, I remember seeing people trying to lick the rocks back in Calaglia.
What? Why would anybody do that?
Sometimes you can find rocks out there that taste salty. They used to say it was because of all the tears we slaves shed.
Most likely, that was actually rock salt that they found. When our provisions ran low, Miguel would often bring some back for us to use. At the time, we used it because it's all we had. But now there's something hearty about rock salt I like. Even more than table salt.
Is it possible, perhaps, to find any rock salt in these parts?
It is. You have to know what you're looking for, but when I find any, I always break some up to refill our supply. The flavor even changes depending on what kind of terrain it comes from. Sometimes I end up collecting more than we need, just in case we like it.
Wow, Kisara's really serious about her salt.
You can always count on Kisara to be earnest. That's why we have to do our part and not add any more to her burden.
castle?
Oh, quit grumbling. This sort of stuff's old hat for us by now.
Yeah, you've got a point. But
It's not going to take forever, Law, I promise. Let's just do what we came here to do and get out.
Very well.
Well,
Hey.
Pardon me.
what the hell? Do these guys not realize who we are?
Doesn't seem that way. I must think we're just damons from the town.
whatever's going on, these are Bull Run soldiers. Watch yourselves.
Explosive ring!
Eat dirt! This one's mine!
Demon Fang! Explosive ring!
Lightning orb! Annihilation! Mega ray!
Explosive ring!
In a bind?
That's my cue!
Not to the... Shut him down!
Demon Fang! Try this!
I'll face you.
Explosive ring! Demon
Do it!
Fang! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Demon Fang! Try this! Explosive ring! Demon Fang!
Here goes!
Explosive ring!
Reiki
Demon
Grenade!
Fang! Explosive ring!
No mind if I do! Searing flame!
Armor won't save you.
Reload!
Far enough.
Demon Fang!
Out of ammo!
I'm ready!
Let's go!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Yeah.
Hey.
You don't say.
Well...
Well?
How?
Oh, wow!
So then,
I can't believe how quickly you got all those soldiers to obey you, Dohalim.
actually, they were abiding Renan hierarchy. Not me personally.
I sure wish we could go on vacation.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt for us to unwind a little for once.
Not like we've got the gall to spare for it, though.
I've talked to the soldiers and made it clear that they are to remain in line. Things should stay for the time being.
I know Renans tend to take authority extremely seriously, but you sure know how to throw your weight around as a former lord.
I only managed to get through to them because Volron's curse is lifting, but not to the extent that they can act independently as of yet. Considering we had other matters to attend to for the past month, we should consider ourselves lucky that nothing occurred during our absence.
But if they do start operating independently again, that's going to cause a whole new set of problems to deal with.
Indeed. Ganeth Heros is unlike Menancia. Without intervention, they'll likely revert to oppressing the Danans as they were doing before.
Meaning there's still a lot of work to be done in this realm. Not that there aren't problems among the Danans, too.
Yes. There was no way to avoid the deep-seated conflicts that had festered here. But I just hate that we had to use your position as a lord to solve the situation, Dohalim.
Had I not intervened, yet more blood would have spilled here, and nobody wishes for that.
So, what's going to happen to the Renans here now?
Why do you ask?
We've stripped the soldiers of their armor and locked them up. They can't hurt you guys anymore. I promise.
So they're alive? They're not going to die?
What?
Those people deceived us. They did terrible, terrible things to us. They made us suffer. Long before you guys came along. For years and years and years. It was constant. Never stopped. Not even for a day. So many people died. Our parents, our children, our friends. They all died. They were murdered. And it was the Renans. The Renans were the ones who did it. They killed us. Why do they get to live after so many of us have died? The bastards should die! Every last one of them!
I know how you feel, Ganya. I used to be a slave, and I hated the Renans just like you. I took up the blazing sword to bring them down. But along the way, I've met many people and seen many things. People refusing the hand life dealt them. People who have lost loved ones, but are still trying to make this world a better place. People driven by hate who stopped before it was too late. And those who couldn't and paid with their lives. And I fought plenty of people who were all too happy to make others suffer. Believe me. But after a while, I came to realize that it's not the Renans who are our true enemies.
Then what the hell are we fighting if it's not them?
We're fighting against anyone who tries to take what doesn't belong to them.
But that's what these Renans are doing. How is that any different?
Because I judge everyone by their own actions. It was for Danans too. Because at the end of the day, at the root of all evils committed is an individual who committed them.
You're right, Alphen. It seems like people are either blaming an entire race for one individual's sins, or an individual for everyone else's mistakes. But all that does is add more hate in a world that's already full of it. I want to help create a society where people can finally stop suffering and move beyond their pain. But if we try to do that with more violence, then we'll just end up right back where we started in the first place.
All right. Have it your way. I can't argue with the folks that helped us get back our ability to think and speak freely again.
Is that to say you trust us then?
I don't trust the Renans as far as I can throw them. I trust you guys because of who you are and what you've done.
Fair enough. We won't let you down, Ganya.
What's the matter, Kisara? Is something wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. It's fine, really. I'm just a bit worried about what'll happen to all these folks.
Right. It'll take time before they start thinking for themselves again.
Indeed, that is part of it. However, what I'm even more worried about is what will happen to them after that. What do you think they're going to want once they realize how cruel Volron was to them?
Probably revenge.
What happened to Ganeth Heros is the worst form of oppression we've seen. But treated cruelly or kindly, slaves will rise up.
Lenegis aside, there are still remnants of Renan supremacists scattered throughout Dana.
You mean all that trouble we went through to get rid of the Lords might just lead to more violence? That's the last thing I want to see happen.
Of course not. And if we don't do something to prevent it all from starting up again, there could be even more bloodshed for us to regret. There's still a lot we don't know about the Renan rulers. Whatever the face of truth behind their veil, it's on us to put a stop to them. But there is one thing that's clear. Whatever we do to finally end it, our motives can't be getting back at the Renans, or it'll all be for nothing.
So, what exactly is it that you're saying? That we should just act?
Law's right. We can't expect everyone to just forget all the pain they've endured up until now. Not so easily, at least.
But we have to at least try to change course. We can't just keep allowing history to repeat itself like this.
Exactly. Look, I won't deny that between the crown contest and 300 years of oppression, there's a lot of bad blood between the Danans and the Renans. But all these problems are just too big for us to try to carry the burden on our own. We'll keep doing our part in the interim, but we need to take this one battle at a time.
Glad that work's taken care of.
I don't think we're done just yet. I want you all to stick around a little longer. There might still be people... who need our help.
When you think about it, thinking for yourself can be a heavy responsibility at times.
Yeah, It's not like your mind will only ever think about good, happy things for one.
Maybe so. But I'll still take that burden over living life as a puppet serving others. That's why I want to do everything I can to help these people.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle? Look, Hootle! One of your buddies!
Huh? I think calling out for us.
They could have something they need from us. Where are you going?
Since when do I need your permission to move around?
I wasn't saying that you... I'm not sure why you're by head off about it either.
Oh, that's so typical of you. How can you be so relaxed about all this? At this very moment, the enemy is doing who knows what behind the scenes. And yet we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs in Ganeth Harros.
I know that. But our hands are tied right now. What do you want me to do? And what's gotten into you anyway? Is there something you want to say to me, Shionne?
Look, you're right. Forget I said anything.
If I said something to hurt you, I'm sorry. But I honestly don't know what I said to upset you so much. I really wish you would tell me.
You don't need to apologize. You didn't say anything. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault. Not really.
Then why?
Please just drop it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right. If that's what you want, I won't push any further.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Just... don't be too hard on yourself, okay?
No way!
All right.
Having to inform a mother her son died isn't an easy thing to do.
But if not us, then... who? That's why we have to find her.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right.
How can she think of putting her son to rest as work?
It's the way people were made to think about every aspect of their lives.
I know she doesn't mean anything bad by it, I know that, but
It looks like she went out of town to take care of her son's body.
That's a little concerning. There's Zeugles roaming around out there. We should follow after her.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Okay, off we go.
You guys want to rest here?
Yes.
What?
I'm afraid not.
I'm sorry.
Rinwell.
Huh?
Phew.
Hmm?
Good.
Right.
That little speech you gave back there was pretty impressive, Alphen.
If you call letting your emotions get the better of you impressive, sure.
It made them stop fighting with each other, right?
Something's eating at you again, huh?
I don't know if I would say that. I mean... Actually, I guess I do have one or two things on my mind. My people, we lived in hiding, so we never really experienced the full extent of Renan oppression. Not directly, anyway. After Almadria killed my mother and father, though, I guess that's when I started hating them so much. The Renans, I mean. But then I think of all those people who were born into slavery. The ones who never even got angry in the first place because it was all they ever knew.
I hear you. Every city we've been to, it's the Resistance that gets labeled the troublemakers for having the guts to do the right thing.
When it comes down to it, sometimes I wonder which of us really has the better way.
You can't let your anger eat away at you, Rinwell. But then again, losing your parents that way... Hell, who could really blame you for it if you did? I guess what I'm trying to say is... sorry. Hell, it's hard putting this stuff into words.
No, I get it. You're saying that grief and anger are different than hatred. I never thought of it like that. But hearing you say it, it makes sense. Thanks, La.
You're welcome?
I think it's safe to rest here now.
I think we've helped these people just about as much as we can. They're going more... What?
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad! Look at the sky!
Huh?
What's happening to Rena and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance, too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop it now, the whole of Dana is going to be hollowed into oblivion.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif, too. You saw her, right, Shion? Shion?
Oh, sorry, I drifted off. As far as I remember, the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelegion.
Seriously? How could you two not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renan top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganath Haros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
Surely there must be a way through. This realm can't have been completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows? We might have missed something the first time around.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I imagined there would be something, but not to this extent.
I bet the whole of Dan is losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated. As if whoever's behind all this was watching us.
The people of Pelegion seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet to get the full range of their emotions back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave, that's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
Hey, when that wedge down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights.
Where are these Foreland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to... I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zeugles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than that...
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
All glory unto Volron!
Lay down your arms, and no one has to get hurt.
Silence! Traitors like you shall never walk free!
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
It's too much!
Where are you going?
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
I'm out of ammo! I'm over!
Another incantation ruined.
Take this!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
I can carve through all these deities!
Try this!
Up and at 'em!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Not in your dreams! Radiant here!
Demon Fang!
Explosive
ray!
Shiny Supernova! Healing
Thanks!
Shiny
Demon Fang!
Reload! I'm out of ammo!
The flame
Sorry.
inside me
I
yearns!
didn't want to put you out.
What our friends for, we can't depend on them.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Try this!
Into the shadows!
Explosive ring!
Now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear.
Demon Fang! Try this!
Your blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
As impressive as always.
Here I hoped I was improving.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia. Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
With this, I can become even stronger!
We finally made it.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
I wonder if you're as soft as you look.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Dahnan master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Dahnan master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Dahnan techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
There's a lot of our own history we've lost since the Renans first invaded. It's not all magic and art. I'm sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler, only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past now. All we ever did in those days was stir up trouble.
You're using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then.
Shionne, could we talk a moment?
Hey, do you have time to talk? There's something I need to ask you.
Of course. What's up?
It's about the doll I used to have as a little girl. I gave it some more thought, and I still don't remember actually receiving it from anyone.
You were so little. I don't think it's that surprising you've forgotten, is it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. That doll was so old, I'm starting to think I just always had it with me from the start. I know that it's extremely unlikely, but after last time we talked, it got me thinking. Maybe you brought the doll that child made with you to Lenegis.
I couldn't be.
Are you saying you didn't? Look, logically speaking, I know it's a lot more likely that you didn't bring it with you than you did. But you can't say for sure you didn't, right? Crazier things have happened. I always thought I'd be alone, only to end up meeting you, and Law, and Rinwell, and Kisara, and Dohalim. Sometimes things happen in life that we never thought possible.
You make a good point. I left everyone and everything I knew behind 300 years ago. But now, I'm not so alone anymore.
Exactly. You crossed all those centuries to find all of us, so...
Why can't a little doll have made the same jump too?
Right? Look, it's up to you to decide if there's any meaning behind all of this. But I choose to think there is.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something beautiful about the whole thing that simply can't be denied.
Sorry if I'm a bit restless during the night. Did you get enough sleep?
You finally made it.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. You've noticed it.
Notice what?
I'm to Shion.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shion in some way?
Perhaps. She believed there was a good possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shion exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shion, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
No wonder we couldn't find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Voron's forces. You think they were planning an ambush on Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Voron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty. It's no less than total subjugation.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Voron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it. Those soldiers...
This will be a delicious piece of...
On your knees. So you want me, do you? Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Let's cut our losses. They look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
We've got flyers.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Let me condemn. I'm only getting started. Illuminate the dark. Holy land. Here goes.
I'll take you all off.
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
What's this thing?
I see supplies and other signs people were living here. Even Zugul cages.
Definitely looks like this is where the remnants of Voron's forces hold themselves up. Yeah.
They were hiding in a place like this all along.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Let's cut our losses. I can shatter any steel.
And thus our strength yet grows. aren't you?
Illuminate the dark! Let's cut our losses! Are those arms even natural?
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
How much do they have to s us to be satisfied?
What's that thing's purpose, anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegis?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renaissalma, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Dohalim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegis may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
At this stage, I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us. What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cyslodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shion's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell. Are you worried about Shion?
Of course I am. Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegis along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of some new threat we'll have to deal with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The Red Woman. Shion and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelegion.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the 2 of them have in common is that they're both Renans.
Okay, you 2. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course. That statue wielding arts? Now I've seen everything!
sure got cold all of a sudden after we passed the peak.
Law.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Coming through. I shall ensure you survive this.
Sometimes a retreat is
Your wings won't save you from me!
No choice.
Illuminate the dark! Radiant here! Holy Land!
Eagle Ray!
Let's end this and get a bite to eat.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
Coming through. Resonate with the earth.
Here! Let's cut our losses!
Treat if you know what's good for you.
You're mine! In here! They're surrounding us!
Resonate with the earth.
Here! A banana! Let's go!
The design of... This equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
We made it to Cyslodia.
We need to get that bridge down somehow.
It looks like we can control it from our side. Let's take a closer look.
Are you okay, Law?
Oh, fine. Just thinking. The past is a real downer. That's why I'm focused on what's ahead of me. You?
Yeah. I'm going to stay the path. As long as we're all together, I know we'll be all right.
Same here. Now let's get moving.
Oh, good. We can cross through here.
Stop! Who goes there?
Miss Alphen, we're not your enemies.
Did you say Alphen? Slap me silly, it really is you!
Forgetting someone?
Rinwell! Oh, glad to see you're doing okay.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're patrolling them. Never thought I'd bump into you all on my rounds, though. Heck, enough of me, though. What's going on up in the sky? Feels like the world's gonna end.
That's what we're trying to figure out ourselves. And as it happens, I've got a big favor to ask.
I had an inkling that's why you'd come back, as soon as I saw you in the distance. So you beat all the lords, huh? Damn, you really must be a hero.
I just did what I had to. So can you send anybody to help Ganeth Heros?
I think we can help out. I'll hit up the other resistance groups and rustle up some support. I doubt they'll have a problem sending people once I mention it's you who's asking.
Thanks. If you guys can help out, that'll give us a chance to do something about that wedge out in the ocean.
Yeah, I think that's something only you guys can handle. Speaking of which, that thing's out in the middle of the ocean. How do you even plan on reaching it?
By boat. We're about to go look for one.
No rest for the weary, I see. Hey, what happened to that mask you used to wear?
It's a long story. Let's just say I lost it.
I sure never expected to run into Bregan.
Cyslodia's probably in good hands with him.
Yeah, now we can focus on finding a ship.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help.
Well, if it ain't the Blazing Sword and his merry crew.
Mahavar? I can't believe you're still alive.
Course I am. If you landlubbers can make it out of that sinking ship alive, ain't no reason an old sea dog like me wouldn't too.
Yeah, but that wave hit hard. I'm glad to see you're okay. Sorry we put you in so much danger back there.
All water under the bridge at this point. You helped make one of my life's dreams come true. The ship, on the other hand, she took a bit of a beating, though, I'll admit.
Really? What happened to it? It looks fine to me on the outside.
She's fine now, but she was in rough shape when I made it back here. Engine chamber gave up the ghost. Without a lot of options, I decided to talk to the head honcho of the Dark Wings and see if he could help at all. And wouldn't you know it, Crazy Fool sent over Renan engineers to help. Can you believe it?
Renan?
Yep. Said they came from Menancia. They were real professionals. Did what they needed to and didn't give me anything. I was damn near floored.
So they did the work themselves. Good on them.
Well, they did a bang-up job, because she's better than ever now. Speaking of which, I take it she's why you're here?
Yes. We need to get out on the ocean, and fast. When can we set sail?
Give the man a minute to think it over, Alphen. He hasn't even said yes yet.
It's all right, little lady. I'm a man of the sea. I'll gladly help. Hop aboard, folks.
And yeah, that's a good spot to end for today. I don't want to start the next part. We'll save that for tomorrow. The wedge for tomorrow, and then the next part. And then Saturday, we're going to finish this most likely Saturday. But yeah, that's going to be it for this afternoon. We're back in a couple hours with Margaret Deluxe. Racing with the Great DQ, and then it's getting more hype for the DLC Wave 3 coming out next week. Yes, next week, 1 week. Well, 1 week from yesterday, we're going to be playing it next week, obviously. And the Game Awards is next Thursday, so we're going to be reacting to that. Well, we're reacting to what wins, we're not going to show anything. We'll definitely be talking about what happened with the Game Awards, starring the Game Awards. And yeah, so it'll be tonight. Margaret Deluxe, and then tomorrow they said it'll be day 12 of Tales of Arise, day 13 on Saturday. Wrapping up the playthrough like we should be getting through this. Most likely should be, hopefully. But anyway, then on Sunday there's no cast because I am going to the movies to go see Violent Night and do some Christmas shopping. Then Monday we're gonna next playthrough with God of War Ragnarok. That'll be a Monday and Tuesday, day 1 and 2 in that, and then finally get a chance to play that. Looking forward to that. Avoiding spoilers. Wait, how hard it is. Trust me, it is. And then Wednesday, hopefully on Wednesdays, I'll be show 22. And right back on next Thursday, like I said, for day 3 God of War Ragnarok, and next Thursday night will be day 3 of the DLC. Okay, pick up your mind what's opening the show. and it's so annoying. But yeah, that's the upcoming schedule on the channel. Let's see evolve on. We got lots of games coming up. Let's continue on. We're going to play through. We've got Guild Rise this weekend. We got God of War Ragnarok next week. And coming up. Also coming up later this month, we got our. Yeah, it's already it's December 1st. I gotta remember that. Yeah, it's December 1st, which means coming up. It'll be our this month is our annual Retro Games Christmas, our anniversary cast, our annual New Year's Eve Pokemon campaign. Using good way to start our Pokemon playthrough. Then we got coming up in January. Like I said, we're gonna play Pokemon Smart Scarlet. Hopefully, be a lot better. Hopefully, won't be any problems. Some people have been having, some people haven't. Crisis Core Final Fantasy Reunion. It's so much good stuff planned for 2023. So follow me on social media. So we're gonna lie, don't lie, let your tweet, share all games keys. Across Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, you got a database full of plays and Pathfinder feature, including a podcast of the Tales of series. Yeah, the Play Disney Tales of series, God of War series, Pokemon series, a previous Retro Games Christmas, previous anniversary cast, a previous Play Disney Final Fantasy series, and lots more. Good Black Street Adventures, conventions, all that good stuff. There's some videos that can only found there. Look at this, fighting against the Repentance video that'll be going up on Sunday. Well, I'm gone. We've got Discord to win all my stuff on the future. And if you want a full list of slate, we've got planned for 2022 and the 2023, we do have a scheduling page for that. You want to YouTube, all those got linked except for the Twitch channel instead of YouTube. We found the info section down below. See if we can read a host here. Read a main host. So you say no, but it's like, great. That's not a thing anymore. Marina Prim is playing more Elite Street. Daily Tribute troops is there in the 20th. The 17th. Say it's 17th. I said I'm gonna read them up. So until next time, go everyone. Peace.